Welcome to Video Village, where imagination meets conversation. Keep the phones on and join the discussion. Yes, that means you on the bus. So unlock your mind and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Video Village episode 2. I am your host Connor, and this week's topic we are talking about the Oscars. So I am joined with my co-host Wayne and our producer Dave. So who wants to kick it off with the topic they have about the Oscars just recently?
I'll start it off anyway. Um, so so we're just going to talk a little bit about this year's awards. So, obviously, Oppenheimer was the big winner. I think we've all seen Oppenheimer. It was a big sweep. So 13 nominations and 7 wins for Oppenheimer this year, which probably one of the most successful films in Oscars. Really, like there wasn't much competition. I think everyone kind of expected it to do as well as it did, and Christopher Nolan finally got his long-awaited win as Best Director. Like I said, there wasn't much competition for Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but like it's surprising like that this is his first big win. For a film, Christopher Nolan. Like, it's also Cillian Murphy's, isn't it?
Cillian Murphy's first nomination and first win. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play to me because he's done great work in fairness, Killian. But like, it's surprising that this is for like Christopher Nolan's first. You know, being like you think Interstellar would have done something.
I think he was nominated for Interstellar and probably for Inception and possibly for Dunkirk as well. He didn't get one for The Dark Knight. I think at the time that was like massive. People were like, why aren't you like? Yeah, it's the comic book movie. It's the stigma. You know, but he deserved. He could have won Best Director for that, and like he couldn't have complaints about it. But I think because he keeps making these out there sci-fi movies, so there's like he's finally made
like,
a historical drama. Let's just give it to him now. We have a chance.
We can do it.
It nearly feels like that.
There's no drug, sex, whatever.
Well, yeah, Joe's like, okay, this is our moment.
This is more our MO, like.
You don't want to give other directors the wrong idea. Like they'll all be coming with sci-fi movies next year. We don't want to do
it. But they do that anyway. million sci-fi movies every year, like.
But they don't really hit the. But they are in more recent years. Like Black Panther was a big one. That was nominated for Best Picture when it came. You know, so that was kind of it's paving the way, and even probably like Poor Things this year. It's a sci-fi. That was the second most successful. 11 nominations and 4 wins for Poor Things. That's not too shabby either.
Oh, really?
The creator. Sorry, I think it was nominated. The creator was nominated for 2 and 1 0.
Yeah.
So, visual effects and sound it was nominated for, but didn't win. That's the thing. Godzilla -1 came out of nowhere for that, because it's not even nominated for Best International Film.
Yeah.
Because the rule in that is really stupid. It's like every country can only nominate one. So like Japan picked one film to put into their category, which was Perfect Days, which was nominated, but they can't have 2 from Japan. So like Godzilla -1 would have been in there, but you know, because it came out so late in the year, they didn't know how well it was going to do when they made their selection. So they might have put that one as their nomination.
It is. I'm just trying to think what is the kind of sense behind that. Like, why is there so much?
It got the visual effects instead.
Wishy-washy rules behind that. Like.
It is a kind of silly rule, isn't it?
I suppose stop things like that from happening.
Probably to spread it out to give other countries a chance.
Yeah.
Because Otherwise, you'd probably have like 5 films from Japan. Or
just
Korea
going back to
or
Christopher
France.
Nolan,
All the countries that are always
actually,
making good ones.
Where does he get his scripts?
Like Ireland got in there last year with the Quiet
Do
Girl,
studios come to him and they're
Irish
just like, "We
film.
want you to make this movie," or is he going around like?
Yeah,
he writes to himself.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He writes himself. Yeah, him and his brother writes too.
Right. And so he wrote Oppenheimer.
Memento, his first one,
help on that one as well.
One of his first ones. I think his brother wrote that as like a short story,
right.
And then the two of them made a film out of it. I think that's how it went.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my god, this is going to be so. I could be wrong so much. Yeah. But
no, he wrote it. He read the biography,
like that. Like he is,
and he
wrote
the
writing
screenplay from that
degree
time.
or something like that before he started making films. Yeah, he started. I'm pretty sure he started it or something along those lines.
I don't know that, but
his price has just gone up dramatically now after winning that Oscar. Like,
he can teach me anyway.
You're not getting
I go to
Did
his
you
class.
ever hear that thing that winning an Oscar is actually really bad for your career? Because everybody goes, "Oh, they won an Oscar. Can't exactly afford them now." Look, kind of, yeah. So you see a lot of people that get an Oscar and then their careers kind of dip for a good while after, like they don't make much.
Mm-hmm. I think you need to be smart about it. If you have a good like manager or agent around you as well, that's going to get you in contact with the right like people, you're going to make good movies. Look at like Leonardo DiCaprio. He makes hardly anything, like, but every film he makes, he's working with a top class director. Every single movie he's made this century has been with
he put
a
in
director
some great
top
films,
like, because he doesn't want. He's not going to work with someone making their first movie.
Yeah,
he just wants to make the best stuff.
He's so consistent,
and he has the privilege of doing that because he's made a reputation. I suppose
he's always good. I can't think of a bad one really.
Mm-hmm. He makes it look easy, but it's obviously not. He's putting so much work and effort into like portraying these characters as well as he does. He's just really good. I don't know how he does it and why there's such a difference between him and so many other actors. You think like, well, if you can do it, why can't everyone else do it? Why? But he's just head and shoulders above everyone. Pretty much everyone, I would say. Mm-hmm. But going back to the Oscars anyway. I suppose so. Oppenheimer was the big winner.
I mean, Margot Robbie wasn't even
second biggest winner,
nominated.
Probably a film that people would have expected to do better than it did was Barbie, like the movie of 2023. She wasn't, no. I think people had such high expectations for that one because I think if you were to look into the future, like in like 20, 30 years time, when people look back at this decade, like, oh, what are films that like, scream 2020s? Barbie is going to be one of those films for sure. More than Oppenheimer is. So I mean, like, because it's so modern and of the time. So, but I think it will stand the test of time. But it did not. I don't know. It didn't do it for the Academy, obviously.
Yeah.
But I do have a theory of why it didn't do so well. Like it did. It got 8 nominations, but just 1 win. But the reason I think it didn't do as well as people might have expected to is because of Poor Things. Poor Things is a movie that on the surface, like they're two completely different movies, but like under the surface, the message is very very similar. Like they're both about female empowerment, and like how women have to go through the world and the different things they have to face and the different things they can achieve if they're given the opportunity without restrictions and stuff. Like both movies have that message, but they're just portrayed in a different way. And I think that might be one of the things that held Barbie back. If people were voting for a movie and that's the message they want to vote for, I think Poor Things is going to take a lot of more of those votes than Barbie would have got. And that's, I think, what happened. I honestly do. Because I was so confused why Barbie wasn't doing as well as I thought it would. But that was before I saw Poor Things. And now when I seen it, like, okay, now I understand.
Oh, hot topic for mine.
It is a better film, and it's got a better story. Like the Barbie, it looks. No, Barbie looks amazing, and it's like aesthetically really, really good. But the story is very, very plain. Like there's nothing extra to it. But Poor Things really Poor Things does something brand new, like an old concept, but makes it modern. Does something different with it.
Fair, interesting.
It had me hooked. Like
Emma Stone is a great actor,
but Barbie's just a fun time. Poor Things is like an actual experience. So
she's just done so much great work through her time. Is this her first win as well for lead? Second, yeah. Yes.
Oh my god, she's amazing in this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She just gets better. Like she was great in Birdman.
She won for La La Land.
Easy A, like that's such a great movie. Like it's not maybe her best
her performance in La La Land was good.
It's funny to see where she's come from and where she is now, kind of thing. Like, I would never have expected, the girl from Superbad being an Oscar winner. Like fair play to her. She just killed it. It's great. Yeah.
No, it's always fun to kind of go on that journey with that. You're watching them young when you're younger.
I suppose really everything everywhere all at once.
As you get older, they're doing all these crazy stuff. That's the it's like, actor from that movie I watched when I was
at the start, and then we very recently had a movie come out with and then I'm drawing a blank on his name. Little help.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
No, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So he started.
The main actor, or the Ki Hyung Ho? No, Ki. Yeah, quick. Oh man, I just don't want to butcher his name.
Oh yeah, Ki something.
Yeah. Kui Hui Kwan. So Kui Hui.
Yeah, I know his first name's Ki. That's like all I can say. So I'm not going to even try. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We get back to the Oscars. An animated feature.
Does get a lot of slack. Spider-Man was in comparison.
To me, it was a bit of a shock.
Some people were saying it felt unfinished.
Anything could have been better than Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
It's it was pushing animators too far, kind of stuff, and I don't want to say too much because I don't know.
Unfinished
the full
because
story,
it said to be continued, like because
there's
another part
around and like ample time in certain situations. That's why the next one's been delayed again.
It was a very good
movie. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can only speak on the finished product we got though, and it was class.
Yeah.
Like that should have been like in one of the top 10.
They should do story.
Not just.
They should have their own category for it, like leads.
So it annoys me. There should be way more
story,
awards
kind of directing,
given to films like
stuff
that.
like that, because like so much work goes into them, especially their cuts. I mean, yeah, especially now where motion capture is getting more and more used in animation.
Do you think there should be a category for voice actors?
They're basically given just a hard performance, but they have to wear tight spandex 24/7 regardless of the role. Like they don't get to, this role I get to just sit in the beach, have a few beers, talk to a guy, whatever. They don't get that. They have to go into a studio and give the best role they can, staring at like a tennis ball. So yeah.
Well, even
But even some. But like even some voice actors that
I
have
agree. Like
done roles in the past,
movies
like, even
like
just
Shrek,
for the voice,
like
I feel
no
like sometimes
motion
they could have
capture or
been given a
anything like that
nomination
in
or
it.
even a win.
It's just literally Mike Myers with a microphone.
Just for performing that well
it's
as the
an
voice.
incredible performance. We've
Absolutely.
I actually think because the voice actors are actually like they can be nominated for they're not like out of bounds, like they are part of the category, so if they get the votes they'll be one of the nominations. It's just never happened. But I think Eddie Murphy has actually come the closest to it for Shrek for supporting actor. Like out of like the 5 people that got nominated, he was like number 6.
I mean,
he was like that close.
He was hilarious.
I think
he was so funny.
Yeah,
my God, like he still makes
it can happen, and that would have been so fun. Like Eddie Murphy getting an Oscar for
just
playing
so
Donkey.
funny, and like people are still seeing things now in Shrek that I never noticed before. Like the scene. The bears. It's so, oh my God. It's like, my God, that is bad, but it is so funny. It is so funny to see it in the actual thing. Do you know the bears, Dave?
The bears.
No.
No. So you know in the first scene in Shrek where you're seeing all the you see all the bears and like all the fairy tale creatures in a line, and people are selling them off to the guards for money and whatever. And you see the 3 bears.
They're gonna ruin his childhood.
And they're all just like getting separated and stuff. And then later on in the movie, you only see Papa and Baby Bear, but then there's a bear rug with the same bow Mama Bear had in a later scene in the movie.
Oh wow!
Castle, yeah, that was it.
My God.
Oh my God, it was just absolutely crazy. Yeah.
In Lord Farquaad's bedroom as well.
You posed, Wayne, because just my own perception, I feel that animation has kind of grown a lot of recent. Like I've seen a lot more animated movies, targeted towards an older audience that you wouldn't have had 10, 20 years ago, so I think there's a lot more content out there. So, and a lot of it is warranted, and I think it's not recognized for how great it really is.
No, you wouldn't. And when you think about it, like animated films only started getting recognized in like 2001,
which is kind of surprising, just given how much.
I think Shrek was the first film to win Best Animated Feature Film. Like before that, there was no award for it. They didn't even acknowledge them. So,
yeah,
Yeah, I think.
Fair.
Well, people have been asking for it for ages, and they
Oh
had
yeah,
they
Yeah.
had the short
Zack Snyder,
animation award.
Zach Braff.
They had the short
No,
film
Mel
animation.
Gibson.
Walt Disney won loads of
Sorry.
them, but they never had
I
a
was
feature
thinking a
film
little,
animation award until I think it was. Remember the movie Chicken Run? Remember? Yeah, yeah. It was Mel Gibson, wasn't it? But yeah, remember that movie?
Yeah.
That came out and it was like such like a popular film, like even with the critics and stuff. Like this is like taking animation to a whole new level. But there was no
Oh,
award at the time
interesting.
for best animated film, so Chicken Run got nothing.
So,
And I think people went berserk at the Oscars, so the next year they had to bring in
yeah,
an award for best
I think
animated feature film.
it's kind of getting
and
close to
Shrek
that
wins
time
it.
where it needs a change
So-
because there's so much work going into animation alone now. You can't just say
So, yeah, it is
an
always
animated feature
evolving
film, but like there's
bit
so
by
much
bit, like.
more. Like there's the voice acting, as you mentioned. There's the directing team. There's the drawing teams and stuff like.
oh, there's so much to it. Like there's nearly more than in a live action film. Like when you take in storyboarding and previs and all that. Yeah,
Hmm. But,
Mhm. Oh, there is way more. Yeah, there's way more involved.
like what?
But there's even it's not just even for animation, but for all films.
Yeah.
I think there's so many other categories that could be
Should there be though?
put up for awards.
yeah.
Like there's no award. There's no award for stunts.
I don't know. Wouldn't that be bad for the
There's
actors?
no award for.
You know,
There's
for
no award for
like,
casting.
in the long runs, like they
Like that
constantly
casting
be
can make or
getting.
break.
Well, no,
Casting
they
can make
wouldn't.
or break a film. Like.
Yeah. Mm.
But I'm just saying that's a person who has a job on a film, and they're all these other jobs are getting recognized in these awards.
But don't they have smaller
I'm a
awards that
caster.
aren't
I'm a person.
on camera?
I'm a casting
like,
director, and
as well with the Oscars.
my job never gets recognized. Like every job in the production should get recognized, really, right? If you have an impact
it's not
on
even
the
in
final
there.
product.
Right.
That's not one of them though. Yeah,
Fair enough.
they're
I
all
just always thought
they're all
for some
on. I
reason
think
they
they're
had
all on
smaller
camera, aren't they?
awards done in
They
like a
might not
different
show
venue
them
on a different
because we
date.
have an
That were
edited
just
version
like,
here
yeah,
that they
here's
show on RTE.
mini Oscars kind of thing.
They would like when they're showing it live, they'd show them all. Like, you know.
Yeah. It's all day, to be fair.
Yeah,
No, because they do. They have like the best
Yeah.
short
A lot of
documentary,
work
best
goes
live
into a
action
great
short,
stunt, and it can
best
make or break a movie.
animation. Do you know what I mean? That's
That
all.
being
It
said,
does.
100%.
that being said, like
But there's no.
there's an awful lot
Yeah, I
of
think stunts should be one.
stunt
Like
coordinators that go under like the second unit, and
you know, but,
they're done by pretty much like what
mhm.
there's like 4 people in Hollywood that do all the movies, and if you like check their IMDb, they do everything from like they do like all the Marvel and then like all the Mission Impossible. Like they're in every single movie.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to find a good stuntman than an actor, to be fair. I would say. So you'd constantly just be reusing the good ones. That's what I would do if I was making movies. I'd be just getting the same guy going, and I was like, this guy's definitely going to do a good job. He's going to be in all my movies. I don't care if he has to be a tiny Asian woman. He'll do it.
Definitely.
Tarantino, Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What was it? It was
But you find that with
Daniel,
directors, they always use the same people
oh,
in
his
their
first
crew,
movie was
They'll
with
have-
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
like
Tarantino, Nolan,
what was his
Scorsese.
name? He was
They
in
all have
Batman,
their
and he was in
core
Oppenheimer.
crew of people.
Daniel. Oh, I can't even. Was it Daniel? Yeah, he was in The Dark Knight.
What part did he play?
Is it Daniel? He was in. He was the guy who
Oppenheimer.
gave the files. Who got all them files and he was on Oppenheimer and stuff.
He was in Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. The files. No, it was at the end, and it was Robert Downey Jr. in the room.
Very
and
descriptive.
There was kind of moments where he was revealing he was pulling the strings all the time, and you were like, "How did this guy
get the
get
files,
the
man?
files? Who gave him
The
these
file guy."
files?" And they were like, it was kind of a major point in the film when they were like interrogating Robert Downey Jr. In Congress. Oh my god, I can't even think of his name. I'm googling. No, not Rami Malek.
I don't know who you're talking about.
David. It was David. David.
I do know. Is it?
Malchin.
No, you're not thinking of Rami Malek, are you?
Eyebrows guy.
No idea either.
Because he did something at the end of the movie, didn't he?
No. Where's it gone? Basically, he was a theater actor, and then he went for a role on The Dark Knight.
No idea.
He was going for one of those roles as the bank heist with the Joker. One of those clown mask guys who gets killed off at the start. And he's like, okay, I did it. I feel really well, like how that audition went. It went great. And then he hears like a couple of weeks later that they've already filmed that shot. And he's just so heartbroken. He's like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to go back to like theater work. And then, long story short, he gets a camera call again for another role in The Dark Knight with Christopher Nolan, and now he's been kind of brought over with all his other films. Like I believe he was in Interstellar as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was kind of funny to see for me that like he came from The Dark Knight as well, and then went on with Oppenheimer and stuff too.
Well, he just has small rules in every film, is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you watch any Nolan film, like he's like it's all the same characters. Like is it? Yeah, if you look at Interstellar, like if Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Michael Caine, they're all from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
And then Matt Damon.
He always seems to get two movies at least out of you. Like
there's someone else to show it. It's Inception, where you have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Dark Knight Rises. There's just lots of crossovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And Cillian Murphy has done. He was all three. He was definitely in two of the Batmans. He's in the first Batman, and he's in the third one. I don't know if he's in the second one too.
He was in 28 Days Later as well.
He's in at least two of them. He's in Inception. He's in Dunkirk. He's in Oppenheimer. So I think Murphy might be his main actor that he's
Cillian Murphy
done the most work for a
second. Yeah, well, it has to
That's
be
Danny
mentioned.
Boyle, isn't it? It's not Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, no fair. Yeah.
Win the Shakespeare barley.
That's kind of the way it goes. Once you find your team, you stick with them.
I think I want to try and see if we can have a little bit of fun with the Oscars. So I have a couple of kind of questions to see if I can catch out. Since we're talking about Cillian Murphy there, obviously Irish actor has just won Best Actor award.
Colin Farrell.
Back to last year, there was 5 Irish actors nominated for an acting Oscar.
What's his name?
Can you name those?
He was in
5
Saltburn.
Colin Farrell, yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Was it Brian? Barry.
Yeah. So you got 4 from one
Barry,
movie now. So like it's
something in there.
It's easy.
Gilgan. He's
you
great.
Can help too,
He's
Dave.
actually blowing up.
Is it Barry? Maybe
is it the sister from the Windows Barry?
Barry Keoghan.
Was there?
Yeah, can you get the last 2? He is.
Who another?
The same movie. Yeah.
Irish actor.
Yeah. Kerry Condon. So
who did a movie?
Yeah. So that's the 4 from Banshees. So there was one other Irish actor from another movie that was nominated. Do
you know who that was? I don't know why I was about to say freaking Brendan Gleeson again.
He was nominated for Best Actor. It was kind of a surprise nomination.
Is it Paul?
I don't think it's a movie you've seen.
Yeah.
So you probably know this actor.
I've seen that movie.
Maybe not.
That's why I was.
Will I just tell you?
Yeah.
Go for it, Dave. That's it. Paul Mescal.
I think I have seen that actually. Who's Pat? Yeah. What else is Pascal been in?
After Sun, yeah.
Pascal?
After Sun.
Oh, he's now
quite emotional. Quite emotional movie.
In my mind.
Yeah. it's you.
Mescal? Paul Mescal?
No, he sold his ground.
Do you know what you might have seen him in? You might not if you don't watch TV, but there's an ad on Irish television, or it used to be on TV, for Denny sausages. But no, he was the guy. It was like he was at home eating like food with parents, and he like throws. Your father's like, "You need to get out of the house" or something. And he like throws a dart at a map. And he's like, "I'm going," and then he like ends up being on the back of a bus talking to someone.
That's hilarious.
It's like Ballyhonest. I'm going to Ballyhonest. He's like, "I'm going to Bally," and then cuts to the bus.
Man, Irish ads back in the day. Can't remember the last time I've actually seen the proper Irish ads. I was just skipping these.
That's always what I remember him from.
Okay.
I know they're funny though. Just sticking on the theme of Irish actors. Can you name the 3 movies for which Daniel Day-Lewis has won his Best Actor awards?
Oh, I draw the blank now.
My Left Foot is the first one, yeah.
Yeah, you're carrying this question, Dave. I can't even freaking.
There Will Be Blood was number 2.
I can't even picture Daniel Day-Lewis's face right now. I'm drawing a blank on his face. I'm just seeing the name. The chameleon.
So yeah, the most recent. Because his face changes every film. It does. He doesn't look the same.
Did it win in 2013?
He never looks the same. Like he always looks different. Yeah. So you've got My Left Foot from 1990. You got There Will Be Blood from 2008.
He's going for the One Piece.
And the most recent one was 2013. Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
He won for all 3 of these movies. Yeah.
Was that like 12 Years a Slave? Did that win an Oscar?
Yeah.
Wait, that was 2012. 2013.
That was Best Picture.
Was it?
But it would have been 2013. I think it was 2013 Oscars, though, because the films from the year before. So this movie would have come out in 2012.
Is it the movie 2012?
Will I just tell you?
What was out in 2012? Hang on, wait.
What else was it?
Did you have a guess, Dave?
That year.
Was it
2012? No.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he was in that one.
Hang on.
No, so I'll tell you what it was.
Lincoln.
Like, I'll tell you who the director was.
Took me too long.
Director was Steven Spielberg. Yeah, it's Lincoln.
Okay.
Oh, I like this. This is fun. Okay. Okay, I've got. Okay, this one is. You got just bear with me on this one, okay? So there are two separate characters in the history of film that have been played by two different actors, but both have won an Oscar for playing that role. That's happened twice. Can you name either one or both?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
So there would have been a character in
Sherlock
film
Holmes
history
situation, like
that was
Robert
portrayed
Downey,
more than once
than the Cumberbatch kind of thing
by different actors, but two actors would have won an Oscar for playing the same role.
I know Batman wouldn't have won at the Oscars.
Characters.
So what? Okay, so what would have?
It could be something like that. Yeah,
I'm just trying to think. What
yeah,
role
it could be something like that.
Is kind of prominent? It's like the main role in two separate movies. Like,
talk me through your thought process. Yes. So actually, in both cases of these two different characters, one award was won for best actor in leading role, and one was won for supporting role. So the character was both lead and support the two different times.
You give us a clue.
Okay,
but don't think no. Don't. I'll give you one of them. I'll give you the oldest one. I can give you. Yeah, I think you'll get the second one, but I'm going to give you the first one so that you might have something to get the brain ticking. It's Vito Corleone from The Godfather. So Marlon Brando played him in the first movie, won an Oscar, and Robert De Niro played him in the second movie in the flashback, and he won an Oscar for it as well. So that's one. So now there's another actor.
So the character was Don
and
Corleone.
Both the Oscars for this character have been won in the last
Vito Corleone
in the last 20 years, since the turn of the millennium, anyway. So the character was Vito Corleone. Vito, yeah. Marlon Brando played him, and then Robert De Niro played him. But now there's another character that you've definitely seen both these movies with this character. I know for a fact that you like these movies, or at least one of them anyway.
So it is Shrek.
He's a fairy tale creature.
And if I'll give you a clue. You weren't too far away from what one of you said earlier.
So Austin Powers, then that won an Oscar. I know. I'm feeling it already. I'm like there's a knot in my stomach right now, and I'm just like, this Vito, but I'm just trying to place the character.
Is it the joke?
You're gonna kick yourself when you don't get this.
You son of a gun! I think you did it. Freaking Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Might be.
Oh, wow. Well done, Dave.
You posed the question first. That's where my head went, was the first answer. Because I was like,
Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix.
Movie now from the 80s where there was a movie from the 1950s.
There you go, you got it.
Some big question.
That was a great question. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I try and make it something that you'd have a chance again. At least, John. If you don't, I don't know if you're going to know something 100%.
Any more trivia there for us, Wayne?
I can.
I got a little something I could sample.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I got a little bit. I always got something. So do you guys know what the Razzie Awards are? The Razzie Awards basically they're just kind of a joke thing. It's like they give the awards for if the Oscars do the best
For the
film and
same
best
role.
actor, the Razzies do the worst film, the worst actor. You know, they do this kind of thing. One actor has won
Oh, don't know
an
why,
Oscar
but my
and a
first thought
Razzie
was
in the
like
same
Adam
year.
Sandler.
Not for the same role. Two different
Yeah,
movies.
that's what I was
But
thinking.
they're the only actor to do it in the same year.
Never hit the nail.
Any idea who that might be?
Yeah, Jack and Jill should have won about 3 or 4 of them.
It's not bad, but he's never won an Oscar, and he never probably will.
Like kind of out of left field or something.
But he's definitely won Razzies. He's definitely won Razzies.
Early 2000s. Who's big?
So you want to go for a female actor, and we're talking the 2000s.
Is it like
late 2000s?
Someone like Sandra Bullock?
But the actor would have been. She was around 19. She would have been around that time.
What were the movies? Do you know?
That's exactly right, Sandra Bullock.
Do you hear? There's a lot of controversy going around with The Blind Side now.
She won the Oscar for The Blind Side and a Razzie for All About Steve.
Woman. Yeah. Apparently she took all the money and like was not putting it aside for him, was using it for the family. And now your man's kind of coming back and suing them. It's like, you weren't my real family, you just used me, kind of thing.
Blindsided.
Oh no. Oh, I really want to see that sequel.
Oh no. Oh, I don't think you'll be getting Sandra Bullock back again for though. Oh,
That's good. Really weird news about Nicolas Cage that came out. I think it was this week. That he was going around telling people that he had memories of when he was in the womb, and that he could like, that he could remember back that far, and so it's such a weird thing. Like, but he's such an odd man. Yeah.
Reminds me of that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where he was like tutoring the smarter kid than him. He was like, "Yeah, I remember being in the womb." But I don't
Actors
think
are crazy.
Yeah, but then again, Nicolas Cage has never been known for his sanity. You know, I've never gone like that guy knows, like all his screws are tightened. He knows what he's doing. Like, never said that
it's
once.
Just a little bit
Nicolas
weird.
Cage. What I have said about Nicolas Cage is the length of his hair is how seriously he takes his movies.
Yeah, I have heard that. The longer the hair, the worse the movie.
Oh, but no, actually, I do want to get on that. I need to get on that.
I don't know, because have you seen his newest one? Have you seen the one that just came out last year? Dream Scenario. That is so. I don't know how you can judge this with your hair theory, because he's like bald on top, but like there's hair like in the back, and you know, like the old scientist professor hairstyle.
That's the one with like Pedro Pascal, isn't it?
At the back. He's kind of got that style. But that's a really interesting film.
Okay, that's okay.
Very original concept. So no, it came out after that. That's the one with the one with Pedro Pascal. He plays himself. Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. But Dream Scenario, he
Freddy
plays
Krueger,
this like college professor, guy who ends up showing up in people's dreams. So he people like random people just keep coming up to him going, Like, you're the guy. You're just in my dream. You're just like standing there, and he's like, "What are you talking about? Leave me alone." But he keeps happening, and like everyone, and then he like ends up like becoming this famous person because he's like in everyone's dream.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before,
and he doesn't know what's going on because he's not there in the dream. Like, it's just them telling him that he's there.
Yeah, he plays Vampire Dracula.
It's interesting. Yeah,
that was so good. That was so funny. I thought it was a really good take on that. And we had Beast, and of course about a boy.
Yeah, the Dracula one.
Yeah, and he's man, he's so good. I really enjoy his stuff these days. Like, he's a really talented actor. He's really good in The Menu as well. I thought really played well.
Nicholas
very good idea. Yeah, great film. Yeah. He's one to watch. Well, he's already succeeded.
Oh, the Menu's class. I love The Menu.
One to follow.
He's a good actor. Mad Max as well. He's done lots of good stuff. Yeah.
All right. Hit us with the last question of the Oscar episode.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before we wrap things up, I want to throw one more at you.
So, like, they were nominated like once in the 80s, once in the 90s. Who is the
only person to be nominated in 7 separate decades?
Maybe E. McKellen.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Maybe more than once, yeah, but at least once in every decade.
Director. Martin Scorsese.
No, it's not.
It's not an actor or a director?
Maybe just to stop you going down too much of a big rabbit hole, it's not an actor.
The makeup artists?
Roger Deakins?
No, it's not a director either.
So, yeah, it should be. It's obviously going to be a composer.
A composer?
Come on, what composer?
Probably John Williams then, or someone.
Yeah.
No. Dave, you should be all over this.
Uh-oh.
There you go, John Williams. but just
no.
There's a part B. There's a part B to this one. So John Williams has been nominated in 7 separate decades, but can you name his most recent win? What film do you think was his most recent one?
I don't know.
Like, his most recent nomination was this year for Indiana Jones. But when was his most recent win?
Jurassic Park. Oh.
That was a good show.
I'm trying to
Harry Potter, no. No.
Jurassic World. No.
Jurassic Park 2.
You're really close to Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Domination.
No, you're further away now.
Was it like he did Star
You're
Wars?
You're closer.
Was that it?
I don't think I've seen that film, and I don't know one to.
For Star Wars after The Force Awakens. Yeah.
He did do Star Wars. Yeah.
What else did he do?
He did win for Star Wars, but then he won again after that. He didn't win for Force Awakens.
94.
Well, it was crossed with Jurassic Park, so.
So you're going back. The time he won was in the 90s. That was the last time he won. He hasn't won one since 1994.
Hang on. Yeah. What? Like,
you're really close.
94. What? Like, he didn't do like Lion King. No, that was Elton John.
Well, I tell you what it was.
94. What did he? What came out in 94? What came out in 94? Well,
the things. The same film that won Best Picture that year.
Yeah, like who? Brendan Gleeson,
starring an Irish actor.
Who?
Just confusing you more now, aren't I?
It was a. It's hard to Schindler's List. No, that was. Was it?
No.
Why did I think that was Zimmer?
Schindler's List.
It might rhyme with Gleeson.
Oh my God!
I'm retiring.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
It was Schindler's
Well done,
List.
Dave.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say that is enough questions for this evening.
No,
that is
Spielberg
probably a
movie, man, it's
nice
always John
close. Well, yes, thank you so much, Wayne, for pushing my knowledge and making me rethink my life. But no, yeah. Well, I think that is a good place
That
to
was
put
fun.
a stop to this episode. So thank you for listening. If you're listening, thank you for watching. If you're watching, and until the next episode, that is a wrap.
No problem. Anytime. Bye.